this is Leech83, how we doing? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of Celtic's Road to European Cup. If you're new to this, then check out the links down below where you can find the previous playlist for the previous season, and you can check out and see how we did on that one. With some good performances, managing to win a league and cup double, which was all good, signing some good players in the process as well. Now, I've got through the kind of nitty gritty at the start of the season just to get things kind of flying at the moment. Now, basically, we have got an objective to win the league, of course. We've been given £30 million to do that and 150 grand as a wage budget. We've been expected to kind of do well in a cup, but they would like us to win it, so basically they want us to get a cup. And then they want us to get to the knockout stages of the Champions Cup. Now, that's not the international thing, that's just a pre-season tournament. So hopefully we can kind of do well in that. In our group in the pre-season tournament, we've got KV Ostend, who are from Belgium, V Setabul, whoever the fuck they are, and then Wolves as well. So an interesting tournament. Hopefully we can do well in that. I'll be simming the games just to get through it that a little bit quicker. Now, in regards of our players that we've currently got, we've still got quite a substantial squad with us at the moment, with a few guys still loaned out who have still due to come back, so we'll need to wait on them. I think a few of them aren't back until January actually, so we'll need to wait and see how they go. Now, we've listed Stefan Skefovic, Logan Bailey, Stefan Johansson and Chris Commons up for transfer list, and then the likes of Toure, Zanui, Finlay and Mako Duff up for loan. There's a few other youngsters in here who I'll need to decide on at a later date whether or not we'll be keeping them. Thompson, he is one that I know that we're actually just going to transfer list just now because I don't see him breaking into the team, and then we'll kind of see how it goes from there. Now, in regards to players that I want to bring in, 30 million is quite a lot to spend for ourselves, and at first I had looked at players that were out with my budget, so well, not really out with my budget. I could buy one or two of them, but it's not what I'm going to need to do. I'm going to need to bring in like 3 or 4 players. So the players that I was looking at were like the likes of Jack Bundland, David Ospina and Sergio Romero. I put a bid in for Sergio Romero, being the fact it's only 5 million. Hopefully we can bring him in and make decent cover for our goalkeeping position. Butland and Ospina are just too much out with our budget and not as far as I'd like to push to. Jason Denayer, Chancellor Mbemba and Ashley Williams are looking for defensive options, but they're just too expensive for what I want to do. And Jason Denayer at only 21, and being the fact that they valued him at 6 million, it's just kind of put me off him a little bit just now. So we'll kind of have had a look at the Bundesliga and the likes of Memo Koch. Depending on how much he comes up on the scout report, we may put a bid in for him at only 1.6 million. Jaro Rydveld, again, just might be too much money for like the type of player that he is. We might be able to get somebody in who's is equally good as him for less money, so we need to kind of wait on that one as well. Then I had looked at some wingers like Joe Campbell, Anna Januzaj and James McLean. James McLean would seem like the cheapest option to bring in, but again, with his age and what have you, it might not be worth it, so again, we'll just need to kind of shop around. Luciano Narsing is one that I would like to bring in. 5.5 million wouldn't be too much for him, but he's quite similar to what I already have with Alexander Eswine, so we need to kind of wait and see on that one as well. And then Leslie Dessau would be just as kind of cover at less than 1 million. Again, all depends on how the scout report is for him. They are the kind of main positions that I'm looking for at the moment, because I feel I've got enough elsewhere in the team. If I can keep a hold of Griffiths and if I can keep a hold of Chifji, then I'll be perfectly fine. So this is the squad we'll be using for the first game of the pre-season tournament. We've got Emnes and Chifji up front, Grealish, Buton and Brown, Eswine, Izagiri, Boyata, Duffy and Yanko as our defence, with Bailey in goals. Now, Craig Gordon is out on international duty, as is Lee Griffiths, so hence why that's the starting lineup. And actually, just for this pre-season tournament, I'm going to drop near Buton and put Ryan Christie in, because I've not actually seen him play yet in regards for Celtic, so we'll put him in, and we'll also put in Fisher instead of Yanko, and we'll put Yanko on the bench, and we'll see how they go on this one. So this will be the team we use, and we'll simulate this first game in the Champions Cup, whatever the hell it's called, and European International Cup. So let's simulate this game and see how we perform, hopefully get a result, and hopefully we can do okay. So, see, Brown gets an early goal for us in the 11th minute, that's a good start, and then It's scores for them to bring it back to 1 each, coming up to the end of the first half, into the second half now. Hopefully we can push on. Come on, Celtic. Oh my god, it's got worse. Set ball has scored and it's 2-1 now. Into the dying stages. Brown brings it back to 2 each. That's perfect. Christie picks up a yellow card. So it's a 2-2 draw in the first game of the European International Cup, which I guess isn't too bad, but against a lesser known team isn't too great. But it's good to just get the players to get a run out more than anything else. So okay, so I'm having to have a further look at my transfer dealings because it appears that I might just be kind of going in for the wrong players, and I'm being a little bit naive more than anything else. Now, Man United accepted a £4.5 million bid for Sergio Romero. Go into the contract offer and he's looking for 60 grand a week. Now, for a club like that, that's just, for a player like this, it's just too much money. I might be able to find a better player for less money and less wages out at one of the other leagues. So I'm just going to kind of hold this off just now and wait and see how it goes. I think, as I say, I might be being naive more than anything else in regards to the players that I went in for. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to recall the scouts on quite a lot of these guys. The ones that are kind of within budget that are looking realistic, then I'll put the bids in for them and see how things kind of go over time, and I'm going to put together some more players and see how they go. Excuse me. And hopefully we can bring in a couple of players. It appears that when I was playing through that first season, I didn't really have my scouts set up properly, and I've been searching for the kind of wrong type of player and what have you. And that, again, that's the naivety from myself on that one. So lesson learned on that, and hopefully, as I say, we'll be able to put in some other deals. Now, in regards of bids that we've received 2 bids. Well, we've received quite a lot of bids, but there's 2 in particular that have stalled for Lee Griffiths of 5.5 million. Now that is a shit ton of money for ourselves, and it's a nice price for him, but he is our most prolific striker, and I feel like selling him probably would be detrimental, but it's stupid money, and I said that I would sell him if it's stupid money. Now I'm thinking if I can counter it and get 6 million in, then I might take it, because if I can get another striker in for 6 million that's just got the kind of same ability that Griffiths has got, then we may be onto a winner. But it's a tall order because Griffiths was banging him in, and if you watch the likes of KB AWC plays FIFA, who's got a Wigan career mode, Griffiths is the main man for him. He's been fucking tearing shit up for him. So it's one of those ones, it's a kind of a double-edged sword, if you like. So I need to kind of have a little think about that one in the long run and see how it goes. But nonetheless, I think what I'm going to do is, as I say, have another look at the transfers, see how the scouts reports go, and we'll kind of go from there. I'm sorry it's kind of long-winded. I'm going to try and find a way of doing this as well as I can, but I find at the start of the season and during transfer windows, the episodes kind of ramble on a little bit, so hopefully it kind of all makes sense. But nonetheless, I'll get us some more deals and get us some more things and get ourselves ready for our next match, which is against Wolves in the International Cup. Okay, so we're still looking at other players and nothing concrete at the moment has been done. However, we counter-offered Real Sociedad to 7 million for Lee Griffiths, which they've decided to match. So 7 million for Lee Griffiths is a awesome deal. I didn't want to sell him, but sorry, there was 2 offers in for him. I put both of them up to 7 million, and Real Sociedad have decided to match it. So it's one of those things. I wasn't really happy to sell him, but for that price, I'll take it. Also, we received a 1 million bid for Chris Collins, which we've accepted as well. So it's a decent amount of money for him. He's only valued at 1.1 million, so to bring him in it would be ideal. Now, we're getting ready basically for our next games, which is against Wolves. We'll bring Forrest into the team in place of Chifche, and Craig Gordon is still away in international duty, so we can't use him. Bring Gary Mackay-Steven into the team in place of Alexander Eswine for this game, and we'll keep the 2 up front of Emnes and Chifche, and we'll see how they go on. As I say, I'm still looking for other players to bring in, so hopefully we can get some deals done in the future. But nonetheless, let's get into this game against Wolves. Again, we'll just be simulating it because it's the pre-season. I'm not really fussed exactly how it goes. It'd be good if we did go somewhere in it, but one of those things. An early booking for Izagiri which isn't a good start. And Wolves then score through Sigurdsson to give them a 1-0 lead. Marvin Emnes brings it back, which is ideal. Brown picking up a booking. Brown then scoring to make it 2-1 into the second half now. And still staying 2-1 at the moment in the 70th minute. Marvin Emnes makes it 3-1. A double for the big man, that's absolutely perfect. And Dicko brings one back for Wolves in the end. But it's a 3-2 victory. That's all well and good. That's exactly what we wanted. Couldn't ask for better than that. So it's all going kind of rapid at the start, I guess you could say. Things are a bit up in the air at the moment, and I've always found the transfer window a bit kind of hard to deal with sometimes. But nonetheless, I'll hopefully get some stuff done. Hopefully be able to bring in some players, and if we get the 7 million for Griffiths, that'll be absolutely ideal, and hopefully we can put that to good use on bringing in some different players. I think I might tinker around with the wage budget and put the transfer budget down a little bit to give us maybe like 200,000 to spend on wages. I'll wait and see how it goes. But if you've got any suggestions, the players that we should go for, any sort of deals, then let me know in the comment section what you think. And we'll see how it goes basically from there. But if you've enjoyed this episode, hopefully you have, please drop a like down below, subscribe if you don't already, and I'll catch you next one. Take it easy.